I'm 94 years old, and I want to talk to you about anxiety. Now I know what you might be thinking. What does an old farmer from Tennessee know about something like that? Fair enough. So let me tell you, in the winter of 1950, I was 19 years old, freezing at a place called Chosin Reservoir in North Korea, 30 below zero. Chinese soldiers attacking us non-stop, men dying all around me, some from gunfire, some just froze where they stood. I watched my best friend bleed to death in the snow because we couldn't reach a medic in time. That's what I know about fear. And if I could live through that, and I did, then I think I've earned the right to speak. When I came home in 1953, I wasn't the same man. I couldn't sleep more than an hour or two without waking up, shaking, or yelling. Loud sounds made me drop to the ground before I knew what I was doing. I was angry most of the time. I drank too much. I started fights for no reason. My hands shook, and I couldn't stop them. Back then, they didn't have a name for it. They called it weak nerves, told me to toughen up and move on. So I tried. It didn't work. You can't decide your way out of anxiety any more than you can decide not to feel pain. That's not how it works. So if someone ever told you to calm down or stop worrying, they don't understand. Anxiety isn't weakness. It isn't something you switch off. It's real, and it's heavy. Anyone who says otherwise hasn't lived it. Here's what I learned, and it took me a long time to figure out. First, fear lives in the body. I don't know the science, but I know it's true. Anxiety settles in your shoulders, your chest, your stomach, so you have to move. Not exercise programs or fancy places. I mean real movement. When I was at my worst, the only relief I felt was when I worked until I was worn out. When your body is full of fear, you have to let it out, move it out, do something physical. When anxiety shows up, don't sit with it. Stand up and move. It won't solve everything, but it helps more than most things. Second, you have to stop living inside your own head. Anxiety keeps your focus on yourself, your worries, your mistakes, your fears. The more you think, the tighter it gets. So you break that cycle by helping someone else. It doesn't have to be big. When I was struggling, my wife would send me to help a neighbor or lend a hand. It pulled me out of myself. When you're helping someone else, your mind gets a break. The most important lesson I learned sounds simple, but it's the hardest one. Anxiety lives in the future. It's built on what might happen, what could go wrong. Your mind runs ahead to trouble that isn't here yet. But right now, in this moment, you're usually okay. You're breathing. You're still here. The present moment is often safe. It's tomorrow that scares us. So when fear hits, I ask myself one question. Is there a real problem right now? Not later, not someday, right now. Most of the time, the answer is no. The trouble is in my thoughts, not in my life. I wasted years worrying about things that never came true, and the things that did happen were never the ones I expected. Worry doesn't prevent pain, it just steals today. There's a difference between preparing and worrying. Preparing helps. Worrying drains you. You can feel the difference. So I ask myself, can I do something about this? If yes, I do it right away. Make the call. Fix what I can. Take the step. Most problems take less time to handle than they do to fear. If the answer is no, then I let it go. That's not easy, but it's necessary. Worrying about what you can't control is like fighting the wind. You'll lose and you'll be exhausted. I watched good men die at Chosin. There was nothing I could do then, and nothing I can change now. Holding that pain for decades didn't help them, and it nearly destroyed me. Remembering is one thing, carrying it forever is another. Two more things helped me. The first is faith. I won't lecture you. I'll just say this. Believing in something bigger than myself gave me somewhere to place the fear. I couldn't carry it alone. You don't have to either. Whatever you believe in, find something greater than yourself to lean on. The second is routine. I wake up at 5 every morning. I've done it most of my life. I know what comes next. When your thoughts are scattered, routine gives you solid ground. It removes decisions. That leaves less space for fear. I'm 94 now. I've lived more life than most people ever will. And I can tell you this, anxiety does get better. Not because life gets easier. It doesn't. But because you grow stronger. You learn what helps. You build a life that can carry the weight. The fear doesn't vanish completely. I still have nights where I wake up back in that cold. I still carry scars you can't see. But anxiety no longer runs my life. I do. So hear this, especially if you're young and struggling. It gets better. I know that sounds empty when you're hurting. I didn't believe it either, but it's true. You're going to be okay. Not because everything will go right. It won't. But because you are tougher than you know. Give yourself time to learn that. Now, go outside. Take a walk. Step out of your head for a while. The worry may still be there when you return, but it might be smaller. That's how you beat it. Not all at once. Just smaller, day by day, until you're the one in control again. That's all I've got. I hope it helps.